Regardless of November's ballot proposal, people all over the state are wondering how the Supreme Court's decision will impact different aspects of reproductive care in the state.
For some families, assisted fertilization is the only option to have children. But will clinics that provide those services be impacted by the Dobbs decision? 13 on your side's Justin Bachman spoke with a doctor who's been practicing in vitro fertilization for decades. And Justin, does he expect things to change?
Hey Val, Dr. F. Nicholas Shama has been leading IVF Michigan for years. He says in that time he's helped more than 10,000 babies make their way into the world, and he doesn't see the court's decision impacting that practice anytime soon.
We got a lot of calls pertaining to the Roe v. Wade decision and the Dobbs decision and all of that.
In the days following that Supreme Court decision to repeal Roe, many of his patients reached out with concerns and fears. Dr. Shama says he reassured them the clinic and their families' futures are safe.
There is nothing, in my opinion, that would affect other reproductive service at this point, no matter what Clarence Thomas says or doesn't say.
He says the practice of in vitro fertilization is all about creating life, so he feels both sides of the abortion argument should support it.
So even the pro-life movement does not, in my opinion, stand against creating life in basically what we're doing. If you limit the ability to perform procedures that involve, cryopreserving embryos and eventually thawing them, you're basically affecting almost 70,000 kids from being born in the United States alone. Americans, good Americans.
Dr. Shama's confidence isn't felt by everyone, including one of the state's biggest pro-choice supporters. Attorney General Dana Nessel says the overturning of Roe v. Wade could lead to a slippery slope, hurting IVF facilities.
Well, what happens to all those clinics now? I mean, if you are going to say, some of these are unsuitable to be implanted, we're going to dispose of them, are you now committing a felony offense by doing so?
In theory, yes, but then I would say in practice, no, because then they have to litigate it to make it not happen.
IVF Michigan is currently under construction for a new facility in Grand Rapids, and that would include a clinic, a surgery center, and an embryonic lab. They plan to have the doors open for that facility late spring of 2023.